they'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
After the interception, here's Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And able to work his way down to the 16. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
But a good play is made on defense. Oftentimes, leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned. All the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop him short of a 1st down.
Escaping the pressure. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys' offense. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Open man right side, it's Lamb. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Cowboys are on the board first here in this division round matchup. The papers this week, it was all talk about how big of a game this was. Of course it is. It's the playoffs. It's the divisional round. But they handle it well. They score early.
They really did. Plenty of confidence exuded on that drive. No nerve shown. Things started, they are in control.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Now back to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Under 10.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That's out to the left, flat and complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. 2nd and 9 now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 72 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. Right back to him on first down. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it is now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now on 2nd and 13, Wilson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Here's Walker. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Again, Walker. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Kenneth Walker taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Beats are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room, But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. Third down, showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receivers understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
135 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they... And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there is a lot of shock in the stadium. The top seed, the favorites, really getting handled thus far in this divisional round and getting close to a disappointment. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 191 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Underwood. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And